did have a zip tie there, but we took that off last week because I was nervous, and here we are.
I also own a farm.
Here we go.
You are now watching the 2024 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
Welcome back to the channel. We are trying to get my truck out. So this morning we ran up. We're moving trucks around. We got transferring probably for all week. If you know, my truck's parked at Welcome Stock, and they got 18 inches of snow. A lot is melted, or it's gone now, or it just got packed down. So I got a 55-25 with a pusher blade, and we're gonna go see if I can get out. Little unit here. Said what? You're not, that one stack Mac ain't gonna be able to get through the snow? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Not some of that snow there. We'll get it started up and see what it wants to do. Well, you guys missed it. I got out, but I did realize that my pump is frozen and my hydraulic line to do the up and down is pinched from last week when I cut it. So I gotta stop and grab one of them. Them, a little bit of hydraulic line, hose, or hydraulic fluid. Welcome to the show. So, things I didn't think about. Yeah, less than ideal. It is a 3/4. I gotta check up there. So yeah, see that line? Which means that's probably a little low. And this is frozen still, but we can get going. And once we get to the next farm, I'll park on a hill, close the valves, open it up. I just want to make sure I got all the right wrenches for everything. before I go to the hydraulic, well, Napa there. I do not have for that size. Oh, that's a swivel. Okay. I'll probably pull over at Neil's and take that off. Oh, I appreciate Steve giving me a hand here. I don't know how I ran that long, because that must have started leaking a while ago. Okay, I got it unhooked. It's still attached, but it's unhooked. I gotta go fuel up at the farm you're running at, and I'll stop, get a hydraulic line made, and we'll get our day going. I gotta figure out what the squeaking is. I thought it was the chair, but I took all the air out of the chair and we still have squeaking. I don't know where I'm gonna park here. I'm gonna pull right up in here. Oh. Right up in there. There we go. We're there. So I left it connected just so that it didn't get a bunch of debris in it as we drove around. But they just run through there. It runs through here. It runs through there. And so on. It did have a zip tie there, but we took that off last week because I was nervous. And here we are. Okay, new line. Even got a funnel. The funnel looked really nice. Zip ties. Yeah, I'm gonna jump up there quick, throw this line on. I even got an adjustable wrench just to make my life easier. This one was staying in the truck. So, and a 5-gallon bucket of hydraulic oil. Let me run this around quickly, and I'll fill up oil when I get to the farm. I don't want to spill in their driveway. Try to be a good person. Ready to run? Good to go. All zip tied up. Down for about 10 minutes. Back going. So I was going past here anyways. Worked out mint. Get backed out, get over to the farm, get rolling. Hopefully that pump's happy. Somebody did explain that what is going on here with all the work by the train tracks is power feed line coming down from Canada that is running along the tracks. And at some point it's going into the canal, I think. I'm not really sure. I don't know how much is true on which parts, but it is a power feed line coming from Canada. And they're following next to the train tracks, which makes a lot of sense. There's infrastructure there and whatnot. But a lot of work getting done. The snow definitely probably slowed them down some, but I've passed a few guys probably 10 miles south, and they're still working. You guys are shaking around like anything, but yeah. I'm sure Yanko's pumped that I left him in here, but we didn't have any room in the pickup when we were moving. Hey buddy! I did bring the whole spare one. It's getting warmer in here. Yeah, I got supplies, things that we needed, stuff, and yeah. So let me fill that hydraulic pump up first, and then we'll work on the pump. Honestly, it's right here. So we didn't lose much fluid there, which is good. So we get a full 5-gallon bucket, new spare funnel, and we'll throw it in the service truck. So I know some people have said, why don't you put a service body on here? I just don't want this truck full-time being that, but right now it is that. I know if I do put a service body on it, I'm not going to take nearly, well, it's not like I take very good care of it right now. Yeah, let me throw this stuff together. Pump's not frozen, we're good to go. So I got it broke up. There's some frozen chunks, but we should be okay there. Let me grab my lunch and phone charger, and we will be good to go. So We're not late, but we're not. We were really early to be here. And then we had to move stuff around. Just the nature of it. Here we go, let's go. So, we'll go get loaded. We are back over here. We've ran out of here before. We're actually at Walker Farms. So we ran out of this top pit. They have separated manure. They have a separator down below. Well, a digester. So liquid manure. And I know in Europe it's called slurry. Here it's liquid manure. So this pit up top here is pure liquid. It got pumped up here. We're pumping out of the lower pit. And then tomorrow we're actually coming up here and pumping here. So they filled it up. Where we're going is the same spot. Loose Moose drag line some more out of there, and they were able to get 2.1 million gallons out. Their pump still had some issues. They brought in a different pump. Emission issues, and like I said, the technician showed me the pictures of what had happened on it. All part of it. So we're gonna go down below now that I got Yanko, and he's all confused. And I don't know where we're pumping out of. I've never been down below, so we'll get loaded up and get moving. We're just transferring to refill that pit so that when the time comes, it's good to go. So ideally, they don't have to have trucks back in this spring when they go back in to get crop work going. Once grass is off or whatnot, they can just direct drag out of it, and they can drag, like I said in previous videos, their big setup there, they can drag. They've had the best day, he said, was 2.1 million gallons. All the fields are right together, stuff like that, but it's impressive. We made it to 11:24 before we even tried lunch. We forgot to wash our hands. Wow. They plowed the driveway, but somebody went for a joyride over the edge already. I did a little grocery shopping yesterday, and we're good for the week. Got to get back in the routine of bringing lunches. It's just a little challenging when it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you're making yourself lunch when you're trying to eat breakfast. Your mind is elsewhere, but gorgeous day, honestly. We got windows down. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully nice and smooth. A lot of water running. I think it's supposed to be like 50 today. A lot of snow is going to do some melting. We got a lot of manure that can get moved, so we'll stay after it. We are living the good life now. So got somebody in the pump tractor, and honestly, it's peaceful when you pull up and they start pumping and you just hang out in the truck, think about life for a minute, eat your lunch, eat snacks, pet Yanko. Yeah, so pumping away, and things are good. Things are good. It's been a pretty uneventful day, to be honest. Pulling through town here, probably one of our last loads of the day. Oh, look at that, S10 with some white walls. Woo. That is living. That's what we need for a truck. We lost the pump guy, so it slowed down the pace a little bit, but last load I think is what we're doing, since it's 5 o'clock. You know, we'll wrap it up. We're probably gonna be here all week, honestly. But sitting here, that's separator conveyor coming out, so that's manure solids that is used for bedding. As we see on the right, there's sawdust, and they do have a thing of lime right there, so it definitely is much better than, well, sand is king no matter what, but sand is expensive. Sand wear stuff. It's challenging in many aspects. Manure solids, the challenge is sand can cover up a lot of poor practices or poor management side of it, as far as if you have poor stalls or poor stall management. So you can get away with some stuff. If you put organic matter as bedding, such as sawdust or manure solids, and don't manage it right, you can have some issues. And I know there's a lot of growing pains with it. When I worked for De La Valve, there was a lot of farms that switched over, and not just robot stuff like that, to get away from sand and tried to be a cheaper bedding source of it. And they took about a year to learn. It's growing pains no matter what, but that stuff looks pretty dry, and it just runs consistently all day long. Back when I dealt with the separator, I dealt with the Bauer fan separator, and we'd just run it and then shut it off and be done. Run it for like a week, push product through. I think this is a slower pace, but that's usually with the digester side as far as what product's coming out of it. So yeah, consistently run it though. Yanko's over today though. I gotta put a little more air in his seat so that his head's a little more comfortable. I gotta get back to bringing all your padding so you can be really comfortable. Last loads, draining the pumps. Those dillers, they really do pump out very, very nicely. So I gotta back up once I get done drain mine, so we don't have frozen pump tomorrow. Imagine that, check engine light. Come on. So we are parked up with the snow. There's not much room to like go places. We'll get after it tomorrow. Well, really not that eventful of a day other than changing the hydraulic line, having to plow out some stuff and, you know, normal stuff. But 6 hours of hauling, not too bad after moving stuff around and whatnot. It's 6 o'clock now, and I'm gonna go get some tacos in Schuylerville at Amigos, because I haven't got their tacos in about a year, and I'm really feeling it. It's Tuesday. My Taco Tuesday tradition really has gone by the wayside, and then I'll make it home. Got a bunch of stuff to do and things to get done before we get rolling again tomorrow. Hopefully another easy, uneventful day. But yeah, it doesn't make a lot of content for you guys, but at the end of the day, I'd rather have an easy day. And like, well, we spent $360 at the auto parts place there this morning, and that's the nature of having trucks. So it's just part of it. Well, alrighty, I'm gonna jump for some tacos and I'll see what I get into. By the time I left tacos, we didn't get anything done that day. Guess I'll see you guys on the next one. Hopefully we will have easy manure hauling day, and yeah, nothing will go wrong. We don't have to go parts store. Have a good one.